something I can see peering out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost but heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips and seem to quiver and pulsate.
Why do I get the idea that you two know way more about this than I do? After the encounter that Saint and Alister had on the second floor, it seems that Phillip Creek is not as dearly departed as previously thought. With a bar full of patrons and a whole small town to answer to, it's up to our investigators to dive a little deeper into the events leading to Phillip's demise.
Answer to? Like we've been employed?
I mean...
Everyone's like, you gotta clock in on Monday at 9:45 sharp or there'll be hell to pay. Hell? Jesus
Hell
Christ. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, point being is we have had some ghostly experiences. Macy was like, the fuck? And now we have to go about our business, I think.
Yeah.
We'll come back tomorrow.
No, you're right, Matty. You don't answer to anyone. Saint and Alister literally can leave.
Yeah, I could walk out, just leave. Ghosts if you're quick.
All right. Well, in which case, we'll just do our little epilogue episode, and then we'll start Chapter 7 next week.
Actually, I think Saint's decided to quit the whole business. He's just going home.
Oh, fair enough.
All right.
Podcast over.
ParaScience
over.
Chapter 7 needs to be about motorcycle repairs.
Yay! I don't know anything about motorcycle repairs.
Get Alister a subscription to the newspaper so he can do the crossword puzzle.
And he does it in pen, obviously, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm just taking notes for the future of the show.
Okay.
Find a comfort show they can share.
There's no way they share a comfort show.
Would you be willing to do mysteries that aren't paranormal themed? Because I could just write a normal murder or something.
Sure. Let's just do Twin Peaks.
Even
Twin Peaks 3.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, I can. Don't worry, I can write a non-horror themed mystery.
Cool.
Why did our ratings plummet after the show stopped being about ghosts, aliens? Question.
What happened? Okay. Anyway, so yeah, the important part is I think Macy was like, "We're all fucking going home. This is bullshit. I'm not staying here tonight. Toodles." And we were like, "All right." And left, and presumably, I mean, we were told by my cousin that we could, at least park the van at his, so...
One of the last events to happen in the previous episode was that Macy was pretty much like, hey, everyone out, we're closing shop tonight, something weird has happened, everyone go home. And it was very blunt and urgent, and everyone complied, and then she asked the two of you, hey, what the hell was that? And you gave her an answer, and she doubled down on her, okay, get out of the bar then, and said that she herself was also not going to be staying the night. And you are correct, obviously, that your beloved cousin has offered you a place to crash, or at least a parking spot to crash.
Yeah, last I recall, there's only one guest bedroom, so I'm imagining that we are probably... I think what he specifically said was you can park at my place, so I'm not going to presume that we will be able to crash inside. I think we could just... whatever. It's a van. We'll figure it out.
I would imagine an address is both, for a town this small, barely helpful and barely necessary.
Yeah, I imagine it is not difficult to find my way.
So much so, because once again, there's very few residences in this entire town. But also, I'm going to say that, obviously, regarding your conversation earlier, the Deacon's waiting for you in the parking lot. In a real just follow me kind of way.
Was he around for that?
He wasn't upstairs, if that's what you mean.
Yeah,
but he was in the bar.
oh, okay. Oh yeah, nobody. Yep. Okay. Important to do. Am I about to lie to Saint's cousin about what was up there? Should I lie to Saint's cousin about what was up there?
You don't have to lie to Saint's cousin.
My instinct is to lie to Saint's cousin.
He knows what I do.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to him.
That's fair. My instinct is to lie to everyone about everything all of the time.
Yeah, every lie, everywhere, all at once. But we don't have to. I imagine, we'll see when we walk up what he says, but, like, you don't have to do crowd control with him, like he's my cousin. But also, I imagine Alister, that doesn't necessarily occur to him, given his familial relationships, so...
I was gonna say, the concept of like, no, I would be lying to...
in this society, couldn't be me.
You follow Deacon's car out of the driveway of the Lakeside Dive Bar, kind of over that little gravelly patch that we discussed so many cars crossing in the first place. And you go down this straight shot of a road up to the kind of gas station and convenience store that you initially passed the first time when you kind of came into town off of the major bridge that crosses the lake. You go left from there, and in fact past that long, lengthy lake bridge, into a small community of what appears to be maybe just over half dozen or so mobile homes. Not RVs, but the kind that are, say, like raised raised 3-room mobile homes, usually with like a little deck.
You got like a single
planted
wide
into the ground. Yeah,
a couple of double wides.
Yes, quite literally single wides. Yes, I just wanted to be clear. When I say mobile homes, I did not mean Winnebagos. You pull up at this kind of grouping of again 6 or more sort of what'd you say, single wide mobile homes, and Deacon parks in front of one of them. The kind of outdoor space, I'm going to say, maybe looks, again, relative to the area, pretty well kept up. There's maybe like a lawn chair out in front of it or so, and maybe I'm going to say there's even a single planter full of various like pansies and daisies and whatnot. A little local flower color.
Nice.
But yeah, no, Deacon steps out of his vehicle and, locks the car with the key fob and starts up the stairs, and definitely kind of stands there at the deck with both hands on the kind of side railing and kind of waits for you to pull in so that he can speak to you and kind of make it clear that you are, in fact, welcome inside.
We're allowed to come inside. That's awesome.
We are.
Yeah, we're
allowed to come
not
inside. We're
indoor outdoor cats.
He has invited us in. There's a little cat door, and we're gonna sneak our way through. I'm a raccoon who's made his way through the cat door. Anyway, we go.
I guess I will lock up the van and be like, okay, boop, boop. Well, I don't think Alister was expecting to be invited inside, so
I'll lead the way.
The inside of Deacon's home is pretty modest, all things considered. There's a sort of a kitchen, dining area, living room, as I am directly reading off of this blueprint for a single wide home. There's a kitchen, dining, living room space that is probably not that much bigger from your average bedroom. There's a kind of a very modest TV. It looks like it's actually just a computer monitor that's been hooked up in such a way that he can watch his Netflix and his shows.
Yeah, he's got like a Roku.
Kind of older couch. The carpets may be a
Fire
little
stick.
discolored here and there. It's pleasant and unassuming in there, I'd say. And of course, you can see that there's clearly 2 more doors in there leading out to a bedroom and a bath as well.
Rock on. Respect.
Deacon acknowledges the kind of constraints of the space and just says, sorry, I don't, know if there's like room for both of you in here, but I it's still kind of cold this time of year, so I figured I'd give you the option. I have some extra blankets in the closet if that's any help, or maybe you'd be better off in the car. I don't know.
I'm used to these kinds of, these situations. I think I even have my equipment with me. If Ben will allow me to have my camping equipment. I don't have it in my inventory. Beans. If Ben will allow, though.
For a fate point, you can have it, sure.
I have 5 out of 4 fate points. Yeah. So I will spend a fate. I will spend a fate point. So I am now at maximum correctly.
Sure. I
just keep getting fucking fate points.
So about a week ago, when when you both set out north from Texas to go to Aspen, you probably tossed your duffel bag worth of camping equipment in the back.
Cool. Yeah, I got my stuff with me. I can be in the van. You can be in here. I do not have another sleeping bag, unfortunately. So
I'm trying to decide if Alister has that kind of stuff in the van. Because I know... he does stay... You know what? He does stay in hotels mostly. He's definitely a hotels guy.
Yeah, now here's the issue. What's going to be more awkward? You saying, no, I'll use your camping gear, and you can stay in here, or I'll stay in here with your cousin, who I don't know.
I think it would be weirder to be like, let me borrow your camping gear and sleep in here. Because, like, I don't know. I feel like...
Fellas, is it gay to sleep in another man's sleeping bag?
Obviously.
Okay, anyway, so it sounds like the results of the, like, machine that runs in Alister's brain that decides what is most polite is, checks the paper that has been spat out, stay inside.
I think, I also think Alister is still in, like, playing a character mode. And that character is, like, the kind of person who is like, gonna be like, well, that's awfully generous of you. Thank you.
It's so funny, because it's like, you don't need to play a character around my cousin. He knows
I don't
what's
fucking
going
know
on.
that.
Little bitch, you can't not play a character.
He can't not play a character, and 2, like... the idea that, I think it's, like, he intellectually... I guess I understand that your cousin is the one who called us here, but, like... He's not.
Though, but he knows that I'm an exorcist. I don't know
if you explained that your cousin told this other guy to call you because you're an exorcist.
Lefty told us. He said that he got my info from
fair.
my cousin. Because of... So...
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not the full explanation, but I think it is, like, easy to infer.
Yes. Anyway, so extremely long story short, yeah, Alister runs the matrix of what's the most polite answer here. Checks the little ticker tape that spits out of his forehead.
Like Athena. And the answer
is I appreciate that. That's very generous of you. And will make a mental note to go obtain, like, gas station beer or something to leave in the fridge. I am familiar with human rituals of fucking social reciprocity. What are you talking about?
So it's interesting that you mention gas station beer. Because when you kind of look back toward Deacon, he has the fridge open and is asking, quote, "Can I get you a beer?"
I mean, yeah, Saint's, like, still in here, right? You haven't... Okay, I was like...
Yeah, unless I'm waiting for Deacon to either be like, all right, I'm going to bed, good night, or to start asking me ghost questions.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, yeah, I think Alister is will pull the... Yeah, you know, after that, I could use another beer.
Saint, how about you?
Yeah, sure, why not? I'm not driving tonight.
Excellent. You've increased your social bond with your cousin.
Just imagine the Persona 5 rank up. Social rank up.
He sits down on, let's say there's probably an armchair in there and just, asks very straightforwardly. So what happened up there?
Well, I am pretty sure that bar is haunted. Like, very much so. That's why the lights went out. That's why there was water. That's why I sprinted downstairs with dirt on my hand. More like loam or soil, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, that's, is that typically how, you'll forgive me, I guess this is my first haunting, but is that typically what happens?
Stevie's first haunting! Yay!
Hey, sometimes you get to go to your, cousin's 21st and buy him a shot, and in this case,
Sure. I am showing up to his first haunting. Yeah, and I'm still gonna buy him a shot. We'll do Jaeger bombs later. Nope, it really depends. Much like every person is different, every ghost is different for the most part. Sometimes you'll see trends. Lights, not unusual. Electronics malfunctioning, not unusual. Often you'll see technology, electronics, lights going out, You've heard of, doors opening and slamming, that kind of thing. There are tendencies. There are things that we will often see. But not everything is the same. I will admit, I have yet to get dirt on my hand from a ghost. That one's new. I've seen water manifesting, but not necessarily specifically like this. And also, I was in a basement at the time, so it could have been there was just a leak. So it just depends.
But there wasn't a leak this time, right? That was just like a manifestation or something.
Yeah. I mean, we looked down and we were standing in an inch of water. Leaks don't do that.
Well, Saint, even if, ghost or not, I guess I'm not qualified to say, but I know one thing for sure, whatever it was, you're braver than me.
I don't know about that. Maybe just more experienced. My first ghost experience was basically diving into the deep end, so from there it just, it doesn't feel quite as intense.
Yeah, I guess so. So what do, he seems very uncomfortable about how to address what might be his very obvious next question. So what do you, do about that? Can you, I mean, it's not just about the bar, but can you save the place? Is this just what it's like now, or are we just drinking alongside a ghost, or is there something that can be done about this?
I will do everything in my power to make sure that the bar is no longer haunted. For me, I will admit it is ghost first. If there's a ghost sticking around, that means that, once again, this is kind of like the story, right? Is there's something unfulfilled, which is not always true. But that means that whoever's sticking around, they're trying to tell us something, and I'm trying to listen. So, but once I deal with that, once I get them to move on or stop or whatever, the bar will be good to go. And I am not to brag, I've been doing this a long time. So, I think I should be able to get it back to path to standard quo.
Okay.
Or, worst case scenario, at least it'll be a funny story. We're hanging around with a ghost, and, sometimes he'll, push something around and it becomes, not quite so scary. But I don't think it'll get to that point. I think that whatever it is, we should be able to get it to move along.
Well, not too much of a funny story given what happened.
I'm making a face. You can't see that because this is an audio medium and I don't have my camera on. But he kind of pauses and he thinks and he's like, no, not for you. I think, like anything, time makes all things less touchy. For me, this is not quite as scary as it is likely for you, and I'm sorry I didn't think about that.
No, it's just I mean, surreal doesn't cover it,
No, I understand. Whatever it is, or whoever it is, though I think you and I probably both have a clear idea of who it probably is. He doesn't want to hurt anybody, I don't think. There's no malice. So, scary, yes, but I don't think anyone's going to get hurt. And if we get to that point, I will not stop until this is done. I will not let anyone come to harm while I am here.
I appreciate that, Saint. It's just
Of course.
It's weird. I knew the guy, and now I guess I don't know the guy. But now I still kind of know the guy. And I guess maybe that's just what grief is. But it's different if he's still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, I guess I'm having trouble dipping my toes into this, given. Well, like I said, surreal doesn't cover it.
Yeah, I mean it's like meeting somebody again after you've been apart for a long time.
Yeah.
And whether or not the being apart was good or bad or wherever it ended up, I knew who you once were, and you're not the same anymore. And that doesn't mean that previous relationship wasn't there, but you've become someone or something I don't understand. Just, that's how I tend to think about it, is it's obviously it's a little bit beyond human comprehension. The idea of an afterlife is something that people have been striving to understand since the dawn of time, right? But in this case, that's just kind of how I think about it, is you're not the same person I used to know, and that applies to, your high school girlfriend and the ghost of someone you lost.
Yeah, very, very, very well put.
Yeah. Either way, it's grief.
Either way.
Yeah, it doesn't help that it happened pretty suddenly. I know. He was here for a while. It's a small town, and he only died a week ago, so I understand this is pretty tough.
Yeah, I'll say. Well, I trust you know what you're doing. Like I said, you two are welcome to post up here tonight or in the driveway or whatever, but I don't know. Do what you got to do, Saint.
I will. Yeah. And if you have questions or you want to talk about it or you want to, I don't know, if you want to talk about him or you just need an ear, I mean, you're my cousin. I'm here for you. Whatever you need.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Alister, do you want to talk about your feelings?
Hey, Alister.
No.
How do you feel about the concept of grief?
Not a real question. Not in character. Don't worry.
Alister, what do you think about the concept of an existence beyond our current life?
Boy, howdy.
How do you feel about grief?
It is. I'm just saying. I am counting down the recording hours until the appropriate time for Alister to just snap and start asking Saint a bunch of questions about why you, because it's clearly not just that this is not a learned skill set. I mean, it is, but he's like desperate to figure out whether there's something innate about Saint that allows him to do this, or whether he could teach other people to do it. And it's just like, so sorry in advance for when I start like trying to treat you like you're in a petri dish, dude.
And that's
something gonna happen.
We've not like fully addressed.
It's gonna happen.
And I think we're not fully clear. Because empathy is my exorcism skill, right? And there have been times where I've been able to, like, see or understand ghosts better than Alister, due to my empathy skill, but it's not super clear if it's just because I have, like, a more specialized scientific knowledge than him, or if I'm, like, this is a carry-ass situation. Like, we don't super know. And I like the idea that Saint doesn't necessarily know, and he's kind of specifically maybe not thinking about it.
Oh, delicious.
That he's just kind of like, I mean, it is what it is, I do what I do, and he treats it very scientifically, which I think is part of the reason that, like, once we get along, Alister and Saint get along okay, because they're both, you know, essentially, like, Saint is a research scientist out in the field.
Yeah.
But also, like, maybe he's a little bit of a, like, you know, I don't want to say magical girl, because that's not what I mean. I mean it when I say Carrie.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more of a like, haunting vibe to it than, like, you know, Sailor Moon.
Fair.
Petros. 2! No, Saint is much less fucked up than Petros.
Anyway.
For now. Well, you know, I've got faith in you, Saint. I'm not trying to pry, but, Al, was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's, you know, your deal?
Well, it's a hell of a lot less colorful than Saint's, but, I don't know. About 6 months ago, my fiance dumped me, plant shut down, and I thought, well, shit. I tried really hard to do the responsible thing for a couple of decades, and it got me absolutely buttfuck nowhere. And I took the van, decided I would just see where the pavement took me, and sort of, I don't know, fell into the abnormal and unexplained side of things. Got curious, and your cousin here is something of an expert. So I attached myself, I suppose. Helps that I've got, you know, it's a lot easier to sleep in a van than it is on the back of a motorcycle.
Sure. So you're in this business together then?
Oh, well, I suppose I suppose at this point, I'm kind of looking over at Saint like, I suppose we are.
Saint is trying to make the most neutral face possible. I am so that is absolutely the the truth.
God. In an attempt to, I guess, you know, it's everything about this is unique, like Saint said. Every person who gets into it has their own specific set of reasons, and
I rolled really good on my rapport to make sure I was upkeeping the lie, so we're good.
Proud of you, Saint.
I rolled 2 6s, a 5, and a 1.
Dang.
Excellent.
So with my rapport, I'm doing great. That's a 4. I am lying like a motherfucker.
Damn. Taught you so well. I'm so sorry.
Look, we've had a long and weird night. I'm not trying to keep the two of you up, and I you know, despite what being a barfly may indicate to you, I do actually like getting up early in the morning. So here, let me go grab those blankets. And Deacon shuffles out of the room.
I think Alister kind of just makes eye contact with Saint to do the, like... I don't even really know. I'm kind of... Saint's going along with a lot of me lying about things, and I think that's...
Saint has his head in his hands. That's it.
Okay.
He's just sitting there, having his face in his hands. He's not catching any, like, cool guy nod you're trying to give him. He's just like, I can't fucking believe I'm lying like this to my own fucking cousin.
Yeah, I think Alistair's just, like, studying him.
We're already getting to the petriness section of our relationship.
I mean, yeah, but it's in sort of, I don't know, in sort of that way that, like, he... I think when he's in a situation where he doesn't have to worry about sort of the politeness filter coming down, yeah, he does kind of just, like, stare at people like if someone's interesting, he does kind of just stare at them like they're a bug under a microscope.
I did also just feed a lot of info about, like, ghosts or whatever, so I'm sure on the other hand, Alister's like, num num num.
Yeah, that's the thing, is, like, one, Saint's being very informative, and also just let me lie to his cousin. Did not at any point, because, like, I think this is Alister sort of doing the, like, okay, like, you're not making any attempts to bring up the department at all, and I'm not really doing it either, so
I don't want to get sniped by the government. So I don't think Saint is currently gonna... He knows that Alister works for some clandestine government agency, so he's not gonna be like, why don't you tell some rando that you don't know about your clandestine government agency work? But he knows... One, I'm sure he's gonna realize, why the fuck did you tell me about your clandestine government agency job, like, the day we met? And two, why are you hanging around me when you have a clandestine government agency job to do? Oh my god, am I your assignment? Are you fucking, like, you know, putting together a file on me, not knowing, of course, there's already a file about him. So, but all of that being said, that's all future information. Right now, he's just like, ugh. Well, that's why he didn't say anything, is because he was like, I'm not gonna blow up your spot about working for the fucking FBI or whatever. I don't know what you do. But he hated doing it. So he's trying to, like, pull it together.
fair.
Actually, I think he stands up and he's like, I'm just gonna go out to the van. Not Deacon, I'm gonna go sleep in the van because I got all the camping equipment. I'll see you tomorrow.
Deacon shouts out a goodnight from the other room, and then after, I guess, Saint steps out of the room, hands a kind of bundle of blankets and an extra pillow to Alister.
Alright. Time skip. Unless something eats us in the night.
I was
or
gonna
whatever.
say, do we need to...
Unless a ghost comes out of the forest and
Let's
kills
go,
me
roll
while
on the
I'm
random
sleeping in the
encounter
van.
table.
Yeah.
No, when we resume this chapter, it'll be tomorrow.
Alright.
For the first time in ParaScience history, it's a different day.
It's a different day.
Whoa!
What you've been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It is an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players are Ezra Kaye as Man in Black Alister McAndrews, and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man Saint Garcia Flores. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show, with editing assistance by Matty Trumbo-Gomes. Our theme song was by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was created by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. You can check out our website and all of our other shows at infinitybreak.net, and I would encourage you to join the haunted chorus of voices at the Infinity Break fan Discord, bit.ly/Infinity Talk. That's capital I Infinity, capital T Talk. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/Infinity Break, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. Finally, if you listen through Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Reviews help us rise in the podcasting charts and help more people stumble across our show like a body in the woods. That's all for now. Let ParaScience gaze back at you like a face in the mirror that isn't yours.